This faceless shorts channel is using AI to get millions of views with these edits. And according to Social Blade, they're making up to $1 million every single month. But this isn't just one random channel. There are tons of channels doing this, including one of mine, where this exact style has gotten me over 50 million views and helped me get this YouTube plaque. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I edit viral shorts step by step using AI, and how you can too. So before you start editing, you need to find an idea and the clips that you're actually gonna edit. This is probably the most important step of this whole process, because even if you have a really nice looking edit, the video will still totally flop if it's a bad idea. So to make sure that doesn't happen, the best way to find good ideas is to just find clips that have already gone viral on their own, and then edit them together into one cohesive edit. I usually look on YouTube, Twitter, or other social media platforms to find these clips. By far my favorite place is Twitter, so that's where I'm gonna start. And usually I just scroll through Twitter until something has a lot of views and catches my eye. So I just found this clip right here and I'll play it for you.
In the locker room, y'all be seeing each other.
Yo, Ray, what is that question, dog?
So that's obviously a pretty funny clip, and I think it'll make a good edit. In addition, it has 5.6 million views and it was just posted yesterday. So this is a really good sign that other people also find this funny and interesting. So now I just went to YouTube to find the original video and I'm gonna download it. And now we can move on to step 2, which is generating the hook. The hook is the most important part of the video. So that's why we're gonna generate it exactly how we want using AI. I usually use Higgsfield, but you can use whatever site you want. So I have this really long prompt pasted in here. It's just telling the video generator exactly how I want the clip to be generated. I'll put it in the description if you want to see it. So we're just gonna have a young white male NBA fan in his early 20s, messy hair, just all this stuff. Talking about how he's actually gonna say it. And then I'm gonna put what he actually is gonna say in the hook. So I've decided to do, bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question. And I'll tell you my thought process for this hook. The first thing is I have bro, you. And this instantly addresses the viewer, right? Instead of saying like, why did this guy ask this NBA player this question or something like that, I'm addressing the viewer directly. And this is a really good way to get them engaged in your video. Then I'm framing it negatively. I'm saying, bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question. And negative framings always be positive framings. As opposed to saying, bro, this is the funniest question ever. I'm saying, bro, you should never ask this question. And this instantly creates a curiosity loop. What is the question that you should never ask an NBA player? And right after, we're gonna put it. So I use Seedance too. It's easily the best video generator for stuff like this, and I suggest you use it too. I'm just gonna put it on 4 seconds just because this is not that long and shouldn't take longer than that, and 3x4 and 1080p. And I'm gonna generate a few variations. All right, so we have our generations here, and let's watch them.
Bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question.
Okay, I like that one. That one is probably pretty good. Let's see this one.
Bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question.
All right, that one's okay, but did you see how it like cut off at the end? We can't really use that, and it's kind of a weird framing. But let's see this one.
Bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question.
Okay, so that one is clearly the best, and I think this is the one I'm gonna use for a few reasons. Number one, he sounds the most natural in it. This looks like the most realistic video, in my opinion. And the second reason is look how much movement there is throughout the whole video. Like this is definitely highly engaging. So I'm just gonna go ahead and download it. Now that we have the idea and the hook for our video, step 3 is to build the rough cut. I use Premiere, but you can use any video editor. All right, so now that we have Premiere open, I'm just gonna import our footage and now lay it out on the timeline. Now I'm gonna change the sequence settings, change it to 60 FPS, and usually I go with 1080 by 1440. This gives you the 3:4 aspect ratio. You can also use 1:1, which is just the box, or 9:16, which is the classic vertical format. But usually I just use this one. So now in the hook, I'm gonna cut out just what we need.
Bro, you should.
So it starts right here because he has this little laugh right here. So.
Bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question.
All right, so that looks pretty good. And now we need to find the part where Ray actually asks him that question.
In the locker room, y'all.
All right, it's right here.
You might need a PR team.
I am the PR team, bro.
All right, so that's kind of where the clip ends, but This is only around 20-ish seconds, and I'm gonna cut out a lot of the dead space in here. So I wanna find another part from this video that is kind of the same theme. You could also find a different section from a different clip to put after this, but I think there's a good part of this video that we could put in. All right, so I found another part of this clip that's pretty funny.
Wait, who's the GOAT?
Who's my GOAT?
Uh-huh.
Braun.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do anything for him.
Come on, bro.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
So that part's also kind of funny because that's kind of insinuating something else. That's kind of on the theme of this video, right? So now that we have everything laid out here, I'm just going to go through and cut out all the dead space and organize it exactly how I want. So let's start at the beginning here.
In the locker room, y'all be seeing each other.
All right, so there's a kind of a stutter here, so let's find how to cut this best.
In the locker room, y'all.
So I'm just cutting out all this dead space here.
Yo, Ray, what is that question, dog?
It's a normal question. Wait, we got question. Question.
All right, then I'm just gonna cut it right here.
It's a normal question. Wait, we got PR team?
I got a PR team.
Yeah, they might hit you after this, but I'm my own PR team.
You might need a PR team.
Wait, who's the GOAT?
PR team.
Wait.
So that part looks pretty good, and now we're gonna move on to the second clip. All right, so now it's about 20 seconds long. Usually I like to aim for 30 seconds, but 20 seconds should be fine. So now let's just watch the whole thing and make sure all the clips flow smoothly.
Bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question.
In the locker room, y'all be seeing each other.
Yo, Ray, what is that question, dog?
It's a normal question. Wait, we got PR team?
I got a PR team.
Yeah, they might hit you after this, but I'm my own PR team.
You might need a PR team.
Wait, who's the GOAT?
The audio starts before the clip, as you can see here. So what I'm gonna do is this is called a J cut. See how I'm gonna make like a little J right here and then extend the video right here.
Wait, who's the...
But it doesn't work because it cuts back to him. So this might be a little bit tricky to do, but I think if I just go like this.
Wait, who's the...
PR team.
Wait, who's the...
So you see how much better that looks?
GOAT?
Who's my GOAT?
Uh-huh. GOAT.
Who's my GOAT?
Wait, who's the GOAT?
Who's my GOAT?
Uh-huh.
Braun.
Me too. I'll do... Me too.
All right, so now their faces aren't here. I wonder, we'll probably just have to put some B-roll over that to cover up the fact that this is just gameplay.
Braun.
Me too. I'll do anything for him.
Come on, bro.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
All right, so everything looks pretty good now. Now I'm just gonna find some B-roll to put over the clips where it's like messed up. Like, for example, right here when it's showing the gameplay and they're still talking, I'm just gonna put B-roll there. So I'm just gonna go back to YouTube and I'm just gonna search up LeBron clips for edits. And now I'm just gonna download this video. But if you're doing a different niche that's not sports, maybe you're doing music or streamers or whatever, you can just look up whatever clips for edits and you should probably find something as well. So I'm just gonna import this and let's find some good parts that we can use. But I found a different clip right here that I think would work perfectly. Like he has this funny reaction. All right, so now I've just used this clip to mask where the gameplay footage is.
Me too. I'll do anything for him.
Come on, bro.
All right, so I think that looks pretty good. And the interview clip is like pretty fast paced and there's not many boring parts. So I think it should work pretty well. Now that we have all the visuals ready, step 4 is the audio. So we need to add some sound effects and clean up all the audio and add our music. So I'm looking at the audio levels right here.
Dog.
It's a normal question. Wait, we got...
And as you can see, it's peaking around -6. For short form content, I just like to add a hard limiter on the audio track and then just boost that up a lot. So to make sure that everything's basically as loud and as clear as possible. Then I'll also just add a hard limiter on the mix just to make sure nothing peaks. That is all looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna add the music. And music's one of the most important parts of your edit. So you need to find something that fits your edit really well, but also preferably is trending currently. So I'm gonna use this song. It's definitely trending right now, and I think it fits the vibe perfectly. So I'm just gonna drag it onto my sequence. I'm gonna put it to around -10. So I wanna find the beat drop of the song. It's right here. You see where it like starts the actual vocals? Cool. So I'm just gonna add a marker right here, and now we're just gonna line that up to the end of the edit. It's still a little bit loud, so I'm gonna put it down to -12. And now at the end, I'm just gonna keyframe the audio, and then at the very end, put it to 0. So then it sounds like this.
What do you mean?
See how it like gets louder? So yeah, so everything's looking good. And now I'm just gonna add a few sound effects to enhance the edit and increase engagement. My favorite sound effects to use are risers, booms, and vine booms. So I'm just gonna drag a riser in here, and then I'm gonna line up the riser to stop like right here. And this is just gonna increase like the tension of the video and make sure people watch, because it sounds like something big is about to happen pretty much. And then put a boom right here. Here, I'll turn the music off so you can hear it better.
Bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question.
You see how it like increases the tension and makes it seem like something's about to happen? So I like that. Now he says something like crazy here. And so this is a perfect time for a vine boom. So I'm just gonna drag it in, and then maybe put it like around here. It's kind of annoying how you hear like a buzzer sound right here, but really nothing we can do about that. So let's just see if there's other opportunities to add more sound effects. And now he says another crazy thing right here. I'll do anything for him. So I'm just gonna drag another vine boom. All right, perfect. Now that we're done with the audio, step 5 is to add like the face tracking and any other effects. So now I'm just gonna select all of our clips here other than the music and the sound effects, because we don't need that in After Effects. And I'm gonna replace with After Effects composition. Now that it's open in After Effects, let's do the face tracking. So I'm gonna press stabilize motion here, zoom in a little bit, and then increase the size. And I like to track their nose. I think that gives the best look. And this may take a while. Once it's done, press apply and enter. And so now if we watch it,
bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question.
See how it's like stabilized onto him? So now I'm just gonna go through and do this for all the other clips. Okay, so now that I've added the face tracking to every clip, it's time to make sure that everything stays centered. So I'm gonna go down here and press proportional grid so we can see where the middle is, and take this clip and scale it up a little bit. And I'm gonna try and keep the nose right in that center spot. So that looks good. And now let's do it for all the other clips. So scale it up about, maybe we're gonna go to 150. And then I'm gonna copy that scale and just paste it on all our other clips here. And now just line everything up in the middle. And then in between cuts right here, see how we have a cut? Try and make sure that this is lined up like as good as possible. So maybe something like this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yep. And then just continue to try and line everything up as good as possible. And now for this one, since it's kind of zoomed out more, I'm just gonna zoom it in a lot.
This is a normal question. Wait.
It's a normal question. All right. Now just try and line everything up more. And you see how there's a little bit of a black box here? So we're just gonna add the motion tile effect. Just like that. But it kind of messes up, so I'm just gonna have to move this up a bit. All right. Now I'm just gonna watch it and make sure that there's no black bars and everything stays centered throughout. All right, everything's looking good. But as you can see, it looks a little like shaky and it doesn't look super smooth. So to get that effect, we're just gonna select all our clips and then press this button twice and then the motion blur as well. And this will make everything look super smooth. All right, you see how there's like a weird glitch right here? And that's what happens when you use the frame interpolation. So I'm just gonna make a cut and then remove it on these frames. So now that the edit is looking good, an optional step 6 is to upscale the whole thing using Topaz. It's an AI upscaler and it makes everything look much higher quality. If you don't have it, it's just an optional step, so that's okay, but I like to use it. So I'm just gonna go File and Export this video. And whenever you're exporting, before it's your final cut, you always want to use QuickTime and Apple ProRes 422 HQ. This makes sure that you don't lose any quality in between renders. So now that the edit's finished rendering, I'm just going to drag it into Topaz and click on this enhancement option. So for the output resolution, I like to upscale it to 1440 by 1920. So it gives us about a 1.5 times upscale. Then for the AI model, choose Proteus. And down here, you can choose manual and you can like set your own settings. But to be honest, I don't really bother with that. I just set it as automatic. And then for the export, as I said before, you always want to export in 422 HQ. And so now that'll start exporting. And now while our edit's exporting, we can add those really cool animated captions. So go to this website right here, captionstudio.ai, and you can download it for free. This is my After Effects and Premiere Pro plugin that I made, and it allows you to make all the super popular animated captions you see on YouTube Shorts and TikTok really easily. So I'm just gonna delete what we had before and just re-import our render so everything renders smoothly. And as you can see, there's a lot of different styles. There's just basic, this one, the music edit style, which we're gonna use for this, but you can also do the classic TikTok style, the cinematic style, the motivation style, and the Creed edit style. And all of these are proven viral caption styles that will allow you to get a lot more views. So I'm gonna choose the music edit style, and then the audio layer, I'm just gonna choose the audio layer that we have right here and press transcribe. So once it's done transcribing, we're gonna set our settings. These are my settings right here, inter black 120 size, but you can use whatever settings you want. Now I'm just gonna go through and make sure all the transcription is correct.
Bro, you should never ask an NBA player this question.
I in the locker room.
So it says I, but he says I.
Let me see each other.
Room I've, but this says y'all be each other's. And now I'm just going to generate layers. Looks like our topaz is done. So I'm going to import that upscaled video here and put it under all our text. But because we upscaled the video, we need to change our composition settings to 1440 by 1920 to match. Now I'm just going to go through and make sure all the timings on the captions look good.
Bro, you should never.
So this one's already a little bit messed up.
You should.
U starts around here. So we're just going to edit all this. Okay, so I just finished adjusting all the timings. This one, I had a lot of adjustments. I think just because, no offense to Ray, but his English isn't, he has a pretty strong accent, so the AI transcription doesn't pick it up as well. But now I'm just gonna watch it and make sure all the word timings look perfect. All right, so all the timings look pretty perfect. So now for like words of emphasis, like for this one, I'm gonna add this little rainbow zoom effect.
Question.
And it makes it look really cool. All right, so now that I've added all the rainbow zooms and all the timing looks good, I'm gonna press pre-comp and glow. And now it'll add the glow effect to it, so it looks nice. If we look on full, it looks a lot better. Okay, so now whenever we have a transition, when it transitions between clips, like right here, is what I like to do is just add a little dip to black. So you can do that with Animation Composer, or you can do it manually, but Animation Composer just makes it super easy. It's also free. And then I'm just gonna time stretch it, and I'm just gonna make the transition a little bit shorter here. So like that, and then here's our next transition. So just lining everything up perfectly. So everything is now looking pretty good. And step 8 is adding a nice color correction. So what I like to do is add the sharpen effect and also the unsharp mask effect. And usually I'll put this around like 30 kind of, and 10, and then maybe put 10 on sharpening. And then I also add a lumetri color and just make it a little bit more saturated, a little bit brighter, add some contrast, and add a little vignette like so. And so now if you look at this, this is before and that's after. We go like here, before and after. It just makes everything like stand out and super crisp. And now we're pretty much done with After Effects, so I'm just gonna close out After Effects, go back to Premiere, and step 9, our final step, is to actually add the beat drop edit at the end here. But first, because we scaled up the footage and the composition, we need to scale up our Premiere sequence. So go like that. And at the end here, where we actually have the beat drop, I'm going to take the LeBron clips and I'm just gonna cut them to the beat. And the ending edit really isn't that important because most people are just gonna click away anyways, but let's see what it looks like. Like, it's pretty basic, but I just do it just to have some sort of payoff. Add a watermark just so your edits don't get stolen. I'm not gonna lie, most of the time I completely forget to do this, but it's probably a good habit to get into. So I just like to make it a little bit smaller and then make it overlay blend mode and then just kind of put it down here. So, all right, so now everything's ready and I like to export using Adobe Media Encoder. So let's just do that. And for the format, go to H.264, use maximum render quality, render at maximum depth, and then I put this on high, and we go down to bitrate, and I do CBR, and I put it at 50. These are just my settings. You can find other export settings that might be better for what you're doing, but this works for me. Then I'm just gonna give it a name. So let's just do Ray and Tyrese. And now it's time to export. So for copyright reasons, I can't actually show you the edit with the music, but try Caption Studio for free, linked in the description. And if you want to see how I use this exact same style to grow a faceless channel and get over 50 million views, click the video on screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.